Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the behaviour show. As you know, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. Hopefully you're enjoying the other content as well. So, is this mental illness? The experts are telling millennials to switch jobs every 6 months to 2 years, but they're not being clear as to, are we staying in the same organization? Are we switching companies? Like, what's the deal? Are we just switching roles in the same company, or are we just switching the company altogether? But then again, you have to think about it. People that are doing this to give themselves better raises over time, you have to really think, okay, is it worth it? Is it wise? But see, you have to think about it like this. If that's the route that you're going, then the organizations you're probably working at weren't that good to begin with, because that's just like a man pursuing a woman that he really wants. He loses sleep over this woman, but you only want to get with this woman to sleep with her one time and then kick her to the curb. Well, why would you do that to somebody that you really wanted to be with? It's the same thing working for a job, a company. You wasted almost a decade trying to get into this company just to work there 6 months to a year or two. It's a waste of time. So then again, we have the other side of it, to where people are trying to use gig work to replace traditional jobs. The downfall with that is a lot of people are walking around here with shitty medical coverage. So just think, a few nights in the hospital is going to cost you $10,000, $20,000. So it's easy to get in debt. So for everybody that's out here bragging about they don't have any debt, no credit card debt or nothing, spend a few nights in the hospital. Go through a divorce, and your whole world's going to turn upside down. Anyway, it's just something to really think about. You're a grasshopper. That's mental illness. You're switching jobs every 6 months to 2 years. Isn't that, you're going to look back one day and think, was that all worth it? So between switch jobs every 6 months to 2 years versus starting your own business or businesses, I mean, if you have a backup plan behind it, that's cool. Because nowadays, in this generation, millennials, we usually have something secondary or even something third going on in the background other than the 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job. But see, that part I can understand. People are trying to break the cycle of the 9 to 5. But it depends on the industry you're in. If you're a blue collar worker, construction, those kind of jobs, those are represented unionized employees. Those employees got into those jobs to do it for a long time, versus white collar jobs tend to have a high turnover rate. I'm talking about Apple, Google, large organizations. Large organizations that usually have a high turnover rate. They lay you off in Zoom meetings, or they just cut off all your access to the company to begin with. One day you wake up in the morning, you make yourself a latte, you load up your MacBook, you try to log into the meeting, and all of a sudden you have no access. You're laid off. They let you go. I mean, it's a cowardly way to let somebody go, but that's the way these companies operate now. These jobs do not care about people like that. It's not like the silent generation, to where there was more loyalty between the manager and the employee. That's why those employees stayed there for so long. This job took care of me, my family, gave me time off, vacation, work-life balance, so you call it. But that generation is gone, and most of those jobs that do that are gone, because these companies are so big that they don't care about just one person. Like, there's too many people to take care of for them to just focus on one person. Because as we all know, the upper leadership roles are even more of a high turnover rate versus the entry-level jobs. So the higher you go up in a company, more likely you're not going to be in that position that long, because it's either going to get eliminated, you're going to find a higher position with another company or within the same company. So it all depends. So now you have to ask yourself, every time you get a new job, how long are you going to be in that position or with that organization until you move on to something better? If you're changing the jobs and the companies frequently, then that means the job or the company wasn't that good to begin with in the first place. It's almost like working for Walmart or Amazon. They treat their employees like shit, and they're not unionized. So expect a high turnover rate. That's just something I'll point out. And when you go to job interviews, they usually hire people that plan on working in that organization for at least 5 to 10 years, or just longevity. Like, they don't want to hire somebody that's only going to be there for like 6 months to a year. That's a waste of their time, because they have to pay so much money to hire these people. So their goal is to hire and keep the same people for a while, because their goal is not to hire so frequently. They want to build a decent team and keep them for a while. That's how you build a successful business. This is Kai DeVeo. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hit the notification bell. Peace.